What's up, everybody? How are y'all doing today? Hope all is well. Who we got so far? Hey, Aaron. Hey, Nathan. Hey, Shakira. Good to see y'all. Hope everyone had a good weekend. It is freezing cold tonight where I am. Minus 20. But it could be worse. And today, or actually earlier this evening, I went to the street called Candy Cane Lane where a lot of houses will decorate, like go all out for Christmas. So we did that a couple hours ago. And yeah, now I'm back here and about to discuss GH with y'all, because what a week it was, hey? Oh man, so much to discuss. I'm just pulling up all my notes. But yeah, I hope you're all doing well. Man. Alright, now all my notes are ready. Yeah, tell me how your weekends were, guys. Sorry, I'm gonna make sure I'm closing some stuff down, because I had so much opened. And I don't need all of this. Alright. It was okay, you worked. I worked too. I didn't work today, but I worked yesterday and Friday, and they were long shifts and just horribly busy. But 'tis the season for it. Yeah, I always try to get myself into the Christmas spirit this time of year. It gets crazy where I work, because I work in a mall, and you know, 'tis the season and all that. But I try not to let it kind of ruin, you know, the holiday spirit. So that's why I went to the Candy Cane Lane to check out all the Christmas lights. Am I ever gonna do American Horror Story again? You know, I've thought about it. I didn't watch the last season though, and I should, because I no longer have the channel. Although now that it's live streamable, now that I can live stream, because back when I was doing the American Horror Stories, I wasn't able to live stream on my channel yet. But who knows? I guess I don't really have to watch any previous season to really get a current season. Like, yeah, they do reference past seasons from time to time, but it's not like it's not a deal breaker unless it was like that one Apocalypse season where they kind of connected everything. But who knows, maybe. Hey Jacarius, how you doing? Oh man. Has the new season of American Horror Story started though, by the way? Let me know. Hey Sandy. The season wasn't very good. Oh man. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess I would have to watch it online somehow now, because I don't have the channel anymore. Just because I couldn't justify keeping the channel when I was no longer interested in the one show that I watched on it. Oh, this past last month? How is it so far then? What is it called, by the way? Sorry, we'll get into GH in a minute, guys. I swear. But now I'm intrigued, because I didn't even see any well, maybe I did see one promo. But, yeah. It's on Hulu. Hulu is a thing here, but I don't have it personally. I have so many other streaming services at the moment, though. I mean, I have Netflix, I have Amazon Prime, I have Disney Plus. You know. New York. That could be interesting, actually. About the H. Oh, okay, that would be very interesting. Oh, yeah, I did hear some rumblings about that. I didn't see the promo or anything, but yeah, I did see like a little article. Well, how is it so far then? Maybe I'll figure out how to binge it somewhere, and then maybe for this season do like a final review, like a full-on review. Maybe. I'm not promising anything, but it does sound like it could be a very intriguing one. And yes, Jacarius, you got to give us an update on your after show, because I want to see it. It's pretty good. The last few episodes, a little bit funny, but pretty good. Cool. How much of the OG cast is there? Like, is Evan Peters on it? Is, you know, all the legends? Kathy Bates. I feel like Angela Bassett's probably too busy to do it. Alright, well yeah, I'm gonna try to track it down at some point. Oh, there's some new cast. What is the new cast? Basically, in the new cast, some of that and some of the Summer of Cups. Some new staff and some old. Well, I was expecting to have like new and old cast members. I'll have to sneak a peek at it later. Alright guys, but let's begin. We might as well get into General Hospital. Welcome to General Hospital MV, my GH after show. Let's get into it. There's so much to discuss. Everything from the fallout from Holly's exit to the show to Esme's parentage, y'all. And all the in-betweens. But yeah, let's begin. In the aftermath of Holly leaving town, people are obviously feeling sorry for Robert, thinking Holly had not only betrayed him, but got herself seriously hurt, thus breaking Robert's heart. Olivia checked in on him and really thought both he and Holly were paying for Holly's deceit, mostly because the WSB is breathing down his neck over the loss of the Ice Princess necklace. I actually thought he was going to turn in the necklace to the WSB, but he's keeping it stashed away in his desk. Sorry, I said it. No worries, it's all good. But yeah, I thought that he was going to give the necklace to the WSB just to thwart Victor, but no, he kept it. Meanwhile, Mac, Felicia, and Laura were sitting at the Metro Court, and the only one at the table that's aware of what's actually happened is Felicia, who at this point was still keeping quiet. Valentine stops by, asking about Holly, and they say that she's holding her own. But Mac puts Valentine on notice to stay away from his father because there's a world of trouble coming for Victor Cassadine. And then Mac goes off to sit with Cody and, you know, shoot the shoot with him. But then Valentine joins Felicia and Laura at the table. And Laura mentioned how when Robert had told her he was suspicious of Holly working for Victor, that he expected that Victor might be using Ethan to make her do his bidding, since no one's heard from him. And Valentine offered to use his sources to help track Ethan down. And Felicia is like, don't do that. And she jumps in and says to Laura that not everything is what it seems to be, and that she might want to talk to Robert about it. Filming tonight? Awesome! I'm excited too. But yeah, when Laura visits Robert, he does confess the whole shebang, from the cabin explosion to the ruse to where Holly is and where the Ice Princess diamonds are. You know, he pulls it out of his drawer. Felicia meets up with them, and they put their heads together to try and figure out what code is that's inside the diamonds, what it is, and what it possibly means, and what they want to use it for. I'm sitting here like, guys, just what did they do before with the Ice Princess? They tried to change the weather. So start there. Like, I mean, no one's really going to think that they're going to try the weather machine thing again, but I mean, I feel like the fans that have paid attention, we do recall that earlier, or like last winter, there was a heat wave, and they just kind of mentioned it for an episode, and then they never mentioned it again. How do they make the weather map 56 years old? Oh, the machine. I don't know. I mean, who knows? Like, they might not even be using the same machine, but something affected the weather on GH at the beginning of the year, and it hasn't been talked about since. But, you know, that's the only thing. Like, it's a sci-fi throwback to the 80s, and, you know, because we're getting into the 60th anniversary of the show, you know, they're just throwing back to it. I'm probably going to tell like a bit of a cheesy story involving it, but I'm here for it. It's a big celebration of the 60th year. Their 6 videos are up now? Wait, you've already like posted your show? I'm going to have to check that out after this show. Oh, man. But yeah, clearly Victor is trying to finish what his brother Mikos couldn't. And, you know, the codes that are within the diamonds that Felicia was trying to look up probably have to do with the weather machine and codes that they had to punch in or whatever. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. I'm not some guru of GH. I don't know what's going to happen. But that's my best guess. Your birthday is this week. Happy birthday, Jacarius. That's exciting. Alright, by the way, I should mention that when Felicia and Valentine were still at the Metrocourt, she filled him in on a couple things as well. Mainly that she had it on good authority that Lucy was still alive and likely being stashed somewhere. Turns out that somewhere is yet to be figured out. But Valentine travels to where Anna is because Felicia gave Valentine her location, and she is staying at Sean and Tiffany's place in Ireland. Obviously, Sean's passed away. Tiffany would still live there. Probably Annie too. We didn't see them obviously, but he gets there and he lets her know his game plans from here on out, and lets her know what's been going on in Port Charles as well. Unfortunately for Valentine and Anna, Martin followed them, and the WSB followed him. Specifically, the agent that is likely on Victor's payroll. The entertaining trio worked overtime to get one over on him, though. It wasn't too hard since the WSB didn't have a warrant, and Martin is a lawyer, so he knows his rights. And he demanded that he sees one. He claimed that he was Tiffany's lawyer and acting on her behalf. And then Valentine shows up to be like, okay, I give up. And then Anna surprises the agent with a gun to his back and then knocks him out. Oh, man. Is that the original diamond? It's pieces, it's fragments of the original diamond. But yeah, needless to say, Martin, like Anna and Valentine ran off, so Martin's got to deal with the fallout when he comes to, the agent decides to arrest Martin. And I feel like, you know, they may as well shift the blame on Martin for now. They'll use that as a justification to not show him on screen for a while, probably. I don't get why we don't see Martin that much. Like, I don't know if it's just that the actor is not available, or if, like, the show just doesn't want to write for him. But they always find a reason for him to be away. Always. Like, and this is just going to be another one, I think. I would have preferred to see Valentine, Anna, and Martin tracking down Lucy all together. You know what I mean? I feel like that would have been funny. Oh, it's on the 14th. Okay. Well, that is a Wednesday, so if you pop in, we'll celebrate your birthday. I think they just can't make him a love interest that would work. I don't know. Like, I love him and Lucy. I think him and Lucy are great. Personally, I was really enjoying their relationship, and I was excited to see like the sort of the Victor angle, but we didn't even really get that because by the time he got back to Port Charles, Victor kind of found out Lucy was scheming him and kept her away or stashed her away. But let's talk about Victor, because this man has had himself a busy week. He finds out from Eileen that the Ice Princess diamonds were destroyed in the cabin explosion, which of course angers him. He's still trying like hell to get Ava and Nicholas to divorce as well. On top of that, he also decides he's going to take Spencer out of prison because he doesn't like how close he and Cyrus had become. Mostly because he told Spencer he tried to have Laura and Martin killed. Because the agency married to Kevin. Do you mean Lucy and Kevin? Well, no, Laura's married to Kevin now. Laura's been married to Kevin for years. Like, him and Lucy aren't a thing. But yeah, Spencer was stoked, which is wild when you consider how many opportunities he had to get strings pulled for him that he refused to accept back when he was confessing that he escaped prison. But I guess Spencer only has so much patience. It is conditional, because Victor has to be with him at all times, basically. And he brings Spencer to Windermere, only for his father to say, you can't stay here, obviously, because he doesn't want Spencer to be aware of his house guests, or the condition that she's in, because Spencer would probably kill Nicholas, honestly. Oh, the woman that played his wife on All My Children. See, I don't know much about the show, or All My Children, because I didn't really watch it that much. But yeah, in the meantime, though, Victor isn't too impressed with Nicholas and the fact that he doesn't want Spencer to be there. So he brings Spencer to the PC Grill later to get his mind off of things for a bit. Unfortunately for Spencer, Trina and Rory are there. And those two are having like the most awkward date ever. Like, it's the 3-month anniversary and he's already telling her he loves her, and she couldn't look any less interested if she'd untried. You know what I mean? Sorry, Kaiwan, I'm a little bit confused as to what you're saying. But yeah, Trina and Rory, y'all, like, she couldn't look any less interested, I swear to God, and Victor is encouraging Spencer to go after what he wants, and Rory be damned, and he sits down to talk to her when Rory has to make a phone call, or gets a phone call, rather, and, you know, he's saying he wants a fresh start with her. She doesn't know if she can, though. I mean, Spencer is obviously the more interesting person to her. I doubt she wants to experience playing tag with the family that's as boring as watching paint dry. There's just nothing to Rory. There's nothing to Rory, and he even said so himself. Okay, cut. Come on, you're saying the guy that plays Kevin, and the wife is the girl that played his wife, that played Ted Martin's. Oh, are you saying the actor that plays Kevin, his real life wife, is Martin's previous on-screen interest? Is that what you're trying to get at? Trina wants Spencer and Spencer wants... Yeah, obviously they want each other. Oh, man. They should recast the role and not waste MEK's precious time, honestly. That's fair. Like they just, yeah, they don't seem to be utilizing him, and I think he's a fine actor. Like, I didn't see his work on All My Children. But I enjoy his character. I love his chemistry with his sister, Laura. Ah, the family connections. Cool. But yeah, I should also mention that Cyrus, before Spencer got out of jail, gave Spencer a gift to give to Trina. I think it was just two dove pendants, I think, right? Man. Katie McCain is married to Ryan. Well, Soap World is a weirdly connected one. On and off screen. But yeah, so that gift that Cyrus gave to Spencer to give to Trina, he had it in his pocket, but then I think it fell out of his pocket because Victor suddenly had it and stashed it in his own pocket. So I'm not sure what Victor's going to do with that, but, you know, I'm sure it'll be something devious. Let's talk about another teen couple, though, or soon-to-be couple, Dex and Jocelyn. She cannot stay away from him, using every excuse she can to justify seeing him. She even got caught at his apartment by Sonny. Sonny doesn't like how close they've been getting, obviously. After all, he is grooming Dex to be his next Jason Morgan. Even going as far as giving him a shiny new gun and being his security at an upcoming meeting with the third party that Valentine had mentioned to him the other day. It hasn't happened yet. I'm assuming we're going to see that in the next couple days here. But yeah, towards the end of the week, Jocelyn went to Sonny's place to pick up Avery, or Donna, I can't remember who, one of the kids. But only Nina and the nanny was with the kid. And Joss didn't hesitate to rip Nina apart, calling her a homewrecker, but saying she's grateful she took Sonny off of her mother's hands and told her that she was just one of Sonny's many women, you know, under his belt. And Nina seemed almost shocked that Sonny apparently had a long list of girlfriends, which I know she wasn't around for most of them, but like, you would think with like the dimples, the reputation, the cooking, the fact that Carly and him married each other 5 different times in their lifetime, that should be a sign that he's had his fair share of women. You know what I mean? Like Nina runs Crimson, and like her predecessor is his ex-girlfriend. You know what I mean? Jocelyn's going to whole face now. Oh, nosy Nina. Yeah. Notice the vibe. Yeah, I was going to mention that too. Yeah, like, so Sonny, actually, hold on. Before I mention that, Jocelyn somehow got it in her head, and I missed some of this, so forgive me. And maybe kind of give me the rundown because I'm missing something here. Somehow, Jocelyn got it in her head that Nina thinks that she was just like her. I don't know how she got there mentally, because I was kind of half zoned out, to be honest. But it looks like she's starting to see Nina inside herself, because she's keeping her new relationship with Dex a secret and cheating on someone she claims to love. I feel like, if anything, she should be comparing herself to Sonny, right? Like, she seems more like Sonny than Nina. But that's just me. But yeah, Cameron does deserve better, Nathan. You're right. Absolutely. Joss is cheating on Cam Jacarius. It's a damn shame. She don't even care. She doesn't care. She's like making out with him, like going to his apartment, flirting, this and that. Doesn't care. Cameron's nowhere to be seen. You know, we're not even seeing him like text her. I don't know what Cameron's up to right now. But yeah, he deserves better. For sure. But anyway, so Sunny shows up to the penthouse. Dex is with him, and she's obviously very flustered and leaves as fast as possible. And Nina, she notices this. That woman cannot help herself. Nosy nuisance she is. Like, honestly, Nina, like, you could just tell the wheels in her head were turning on, like, how she can use this to her advantage. You know what I mean? Probably just to get Jocelyn to back off of her, but... Like, even Nina was, like, complimenting Joss. She's like, why would you think you're like me? If anything, you're the exact opposite. Like, I'm not Team Nina for anything, but, like... I don't think she's ever meant any malice to Jocelyn. I think that she was quite fond of her. But, you know, it's just, like... it's irritating. It's irritating. Nina cannot help herself. Alright, so before we get into the biggest topic from the week, let's quickly summarize some of the smaller, minor stories. Yeah, Nina gets off on making people miserable, I think. Particularly people in Sunny's lives in the past. Yeah, let's kind of talk about some of the minor stories that there's not much to discuss with all the kind of like the fluff. But I do like to bring it up anyway. For instance, Britt is planning to throw herself the birthday party to end all birthday parties since her non-traditional upbringing prevented her from having one. Austin and Terry are among the invites. Terry isn't aware of Britt's disease, but she does get the sense that goodbye is on the horizons for whatever reason. Just probably because of Britt's wording when she's talking to her. Austin thinks that Britt should let everyone know instead of depriving them from every last moment that they can get with her. And it's interesting, like, I swear, one day to the next, they have her, like, practically falling apart from this disease, but then the couple of episodes that we saw her on this week, she was fine. No twitching, not falling apart, not coughing, nothing. She was fine. Fine at work. I just get so confused as to, like, the direction of Britt's story. But I love seeing Britt in party mode just because it's always funny. I want to see Britt and Brad have a hell of a time. Cody can come. He's gotta, he's a part of her story. I just think that their story probably got upheaval because of Kelly's other work, but it is what it is. But yeah, also, speaking of Cody, he is planning to leave Port Charles because Britt wants nothing to do with him, and he lost his inheritance. He believes that it has melted, and he was drunk, and Dante and Sam found him at the grill, and got him away from a bunch of strangers that he was calling his friends, which they avoided him like the plague as soon as Sam and Dante entered. And obviously Dante and Cody, they talk about their past to each other and how he doesn't want any of it getting out because they could both get in trouble. Please stop, like, holding the carrot in front of us. Just tell us what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's no urgency when it comes to Britt's story. It's all over the place. Ruth, you're disagreeing with I agree with you, though. Like, Nina needs to leave the room and stop being nosy, so I don't know how you're disagreeing with me. She can't help herself. It's annoying. But anyway, one other small story is Curtis. He is getting anxious that nothing seems to be getting done when it comes to The Hook. And Jordan isn't giving any information, which pisses him off, so he decides to go to Alexis to work with her to try to seek out the killer. And then Portia, Portia, she's trying to get Marshall to get genetic counseling in case he's been misdiagnosed. But really it's probably because she wants all the information on the off chance that Trina can develop schizophrenia. You know, it's just same old with Portia, and I don't know where they're gonna go with this. Like, are they insinuating that maybe Marshall doesn't have schizophrenia? Because they kind of... Portia seems to be trying to sell that to him, but I don't think he's necessarily buying it. I think he believes that he has schizophrenia. The medicine that he's taking... the medicine that he is taking is for schizophrenia. You know what I mean? So if he's taking it, he's been taking it for nothing for all these years. Anything they had, the black characters have three-dimensional. Listen, I think that they've got a good set of African American characters. I think the only one that's not really well fleshed out right now is Jordan, and that's largely to do with the recast. Like, I think that they all have really good qualities, and they've fleshed out the characters well enough to be great characters, but their stories are what are lacking, in my opinion. Because all the actors that play them are insanely talented. Insanely talented. Portia's actress, Marshall's actor, Curtis's actor, Trina's actress, even, you know, both Trinas are great. I'm not sold on Jordan, to be honest, but they don't give her anything to do. And so she's so deadpan with, like, most of her delivery, but she also just doesn't really get any meat. You know what I mean? They're not giving her story. She's just there, and they just place her there for the hell of it. Marshall knows something is up with Portia and all the questions. Yeah, I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But, alright, now on to the final topic, which is really two topics that kind of connect. So it's a bit of a long one. Jordan was a model. Like, hey, Jordan is gorgeous. The woman is gorgeous. I'm just saying, you know, there's been other soap actors that were also models before they were actors. And, they've been holding their own, you know? I think wasn't Chase also a model? And like GH was his first acting gig pretty much? Alright, anyway. But yeah, let's move on to the final topic. Honestly wish they didn't bring Jordan back to the show. I mean, they didn't, so I'm trying to figure out, but oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, they had Jordan leave when the previous actress left because the actress got pregnant. And then they brought her back as the new actress. Yeah. Jordan needs some acting lessons. It's just really hard to determine. Alright, have a wonderful night, Jacarius. I can't wait to see your show. Yeah, we're going to talk about Heather being Esme's mom in just a second here, Damien. But yeah, so let's get into that now. Let's get into that. We'll drop the Jordan stuff because, you know, we could talk about that endlessly. But the reality is we got to talk about the meat and potatoes of GH this week. So let's get into Miss Heather Weber. Jeff Weber decided to pay Heather a visit, I guess to tell her to keep away from Cameron. Seems a bit weird that he even gives a damn. He's never even met Cameron. But Heather, being Heather, calls him out for that very fact. So I kind of appreciated that. But it turns out right now Heather is at Spring Ridge, where Ryan Chamberlain also is at the moment. And when the two of them had crossed paths previously, it was quite obvious that they knew each other. And neither of them looked particularly thrilled to see each other either. One night, Ava and Jordan show up to ask Ryan about Esme, and they show him the letter from the hook killer. And he points out something in the letter that makes it seem like Esme isn't the killer, because it says, "I will go after anyone who is a threat to me and mine." And Ryan points out that Esme is a lone wolf. And yeah, I mean, we're aware as an audience that she's pregnant, and Ryan is aware that she's pregnant, but at the time of the letter, like, Esme only really seen the baby as a bargaining chip, you know? She wasn't really invested in the baby. And even now, she's not that invested, but you can just tell she's a bit hormonal now. Loving new Heather. Me too, Sandy. That's even in my notes, and I'm going to get into that in a bit here. Just like how much I'm really enjoying Allie Mills as Heather. Heather, yeah, Heather's quite old, but you know, women having babies in their 40s is getting more common, and we know Esme is almost 20, like if around that. But anyway, yeah, Ryan points out that she's a lone wolf. So even I'm starting to think that it's less likely to be Esme, but I do think that it's possible that Heather might be the hook killer now. But we'll get into that in a second. The same night that Ryan was being interviewed by Ava and Jordan, Heather got a visit from Sunny, who convinces her to not try and go to the police about what she knows about the driver of the police van that helped Anna escape. And so yeah, here's where I was kind of making notes about Allie Mills. I'm enjoying her so much. I'm really, like, I hate to say it because Robin Mattson has played Heather for so many years. Like, you know, she's not the OG, but she might as well be. You know, she's been playing Heather since the 80s. And, like, Allie, the way that Allie's playing her, she's, I don't know, she plays her as psychotic, unhinged, but intelligent. And I feel like when Robin Mattson plays her, it's a lot of, especially like the last decade, it's a lot of it is played for comic relief. But Allie Mills plays her in a way that, like, you know that she's a bit unhinged, and but you can tell that she's smart, you know what I mean? She's morbid, and like in a like twisted way. It's enjoyable, and it's less comedic. Yeah, I think that she is funny, but it's less camp. I think that's what I'm trying to say. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a bit stuffed up. My allergies are bothering me, so sorry if I sound a bit weird. But yeah, like, I adore Robin Mattson. It's just, I feel like, you know, when they brought her back in, like, what was it, 2012? It was under Ron Carlivati, and so he like upped the camp of it big time, because that's just what he does. Not only that, but Janet from Another Planet since the 90s too, on All My Children. Yeah. Robin will always be Janet Green. Man, see, I didn't watch her as Janet from Another Planet, but I've heard a lot about her. But yeah, they had her just be very camp since 2012. But like, when my first memories of Heather Weber, like, as someone that watched the show, was like, what was it, like 2004-ish, when I think Heather came back and she thought that she was Laura, and she was trying to get back together with Luke. Like, you know, like that's my memory of my first memory as Robin Mattson as Heather Weber, and then obviously I've seen clips of her in the 80s as well. But yeah. But even then, I feel like, I don't know, I guess she was a bit campy then too, wasn't she? 2004. Remember, she kidnapped Skye too, right? Because Skye was Luke's love interest at the time. Memory lane, guys, memory lane. But yeah, going back to the present day though for Heather. Heather definitely has connections at Spring Ridge, because she somehow got the keys to Ryan's room and reintroduces herself to him, and it turns out that they met in the mountains a couple decades ago. I don't know how that works in terms of, like, stories that happened back then, because that only really takes us to, like, 2000, right? you know? Like, I don't know where Heather would have been, because I can't recall how she ended up back in Port Charles in 2004. And then Ryan's story is all over the place. We don't know when Kevin found him, like how long he was locked up. Why was Ryan in the mountains? I don't know. But yeah, they met in the mountains somehow, and they had a bit of an affair. And Heather was calling herself Hazel to him, and Ryan was calling himself Richard to her. So they had this weird, like, twisted game that they were playing with each other, and I guess they could both tell that they were kindred spirits and like psychosis. like it's just interesting because I don't as crazy as Heather is, I don't see her as a serial killer, because like serial killers, they're kind of just killing for fun and for sport, but like Heather always had a motive to the people that she killed. You know what I mean? Like, she didn't just go on a killing spree. She just, like, would kill people that were in her way about something. Jeff Weber also recognized Ryan, too. Was he in the mountains? Well, see, the vibe that I got with Jeff recognizing Ryan is that, like, Ryan Chamberlain is a notorious killer. And so, like, I think in the world of Port Charles, or just the universe of General Hospital, he's supposed to be a well-known, famous serial killer, and because of his killing spree recently, he would probably be in the news. I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. You could be right, Damien. There could be more to that, but I don't know. I just think that, for me personally, it just struck me as he recognized him because he's a famous serial killer. But yeah, anyway, she was basically talking to Ryan, and he was just sitting there taking it because he's supposed to be a potato, basically. And she basically talked so much that it actually got him to speak. And so he revealed that he was just putting on a facade all this time because she knows him well enough to know that he is likely faking it. Which he is, which we all already knew. But yeah. And then he confronts her about leaving him and breaking his heart. And that he found out after she left that she was pregnant with their child. And there we have it, folks. Esme Prince is the spawn of Ryan Chamberlain and Heather Weber. May God have mercy on Port Charles. Like... Oh, Lord. I remember, like, us talking about, like, wouldn't it be so morbid if Heather and Ryan had a kid and it's Esme? But I said that jokingly. Like, and then they brought Heather Weber back, and I'm like, you know what? What if this is a possibility? Maybe that's why he was with the WSB, Elizabeth's father? Was Elizabeth's father with the WSB? Or I think he was just on Doctors Without Borders. When did they say that he was in the WSB? Sorry, I lost my where I was in my notes here. All right, but yeah. Anyway, the fact that Heather has been revealed to be Esme's mother kind of has me wondering if she is in fact the hook killer now, because I mean, we know that Heather can leave the facilities like nothing and just everyone be blissfully unaware, and we know that she did leave the facility because she ended up contracting like some kind of weird poison on her feet, right? And let's say she knows that Esme is her daughter. She's probably keeping tabs on what's been happening to Esme, and so it would make sense that she goes after everyone that screwed Esme over, thus the me and mine part of that letter. Oh, Esme may turn out like Valentine. Look who his parents are. Oh god. See, but I don't like Valentine. I never have, I never will. I mean, I liked the idea of Valentine in 2009. When they made him out to be like this horrifying person. But like, I don't know. I feel like they ruined Valentine as soon as they brought James Patrick Stewart to play him. Because they just rewrote his entire story that we got originally. And I've never forgiven the writers since. But yeah. But yeah, I'm not ruling out the possibility that the hook killer could be someone besides Heather either. Like, I think the nanny is still into play here, but it just feels like the writers have forgotten about the nanny a little bit. Like, Esme did bring up her past this week, but I think it was really only to, you know, try to manipulate Nicholas a little bit. But yeah, who knows? It's just a theory. That's my theory. That it could be Heather. But also, like I said, I had never seen Heather as a serial killer. But, you know, we've seen her kill for her children before. So, it does kind of line up a little bit. And, you know, I'm assuming that Heather loves Esme, she would go after anyone that wronged her. So that's, you know, Trina and Diane and Oz Haggerty and Jocelyn. And also, you know, we know it's a woman, the killer. And Diane could very well recognize her, but not put her finger on it because she's probably never had to really interact with Heather before. But she's probably aware of her in some way. But yeah, we'll see. Time will tell where they're going to go with that story. Meanwhile, Esme herself, she's not doing so well. She pretends to be ill, and Nicholas gets Elizabeth to check on her. Liz notices just how little pills are left for the baby, and Liz says, this should have lasted for months. There's only like 6 pills left. And then she's like, we better pump her stomach. And Esme jumps up and was like, you're not going to touch me. And Elizabeth's just there like, this girl. Like, Elizabeth managed to play her twice. I just find it so funny. I'm enjoying that aspect. Like, Elizabeth, you know, she had her fair share of conning people when she was Esme's age, okay? So, like, you know, she knows. She knows a con when she sees one. But yeah, Elizabeth wasn't surprised, and regardless, she goes back to GH to get more pills. Meanwhile, Finn had been talking to Alexis about the hook killer and how signs are pointing to Esme, and Finn believes the only place she could possibly be laying low right now is Spoon Island. And so he visits Nicholas and confronts him, and of course Nicholas denies it, because why wouldn't he? And then he makes a show, or Nicholas makes a show of saying, oh, I've alerted the staff and they're going to scout the grounds, but I really don't think they're going to find her. And Finn's like, I don't buy it. And Finn noticed those pills kind of sitting on the desk in front of the door. And then he goes back to GH and he runs into Elizabeth, and he kind of mentions that he thinks that Esme is hiding out on Spoon Island, and Elizabeth is pretty much running around in circles being like, no, like, I don't think that she's there, and I don't think that Nicholas would hide her, and blah blah blah. And then he's like, no, like, I think that we should bring this up to the police. And as they're leaving the office, he's like, oh, you forgot something. And then he sees what she forgot, which was the pills. And, of course, he's remembering the pills at Windermere as well. And so he's like, explain this to me. And Elizabeth, she's obviously very nervous. And Finn jumps to the conclusion, and I get it. He's like, are you pregnant? And so I don't know. It's gonna be... Oh, God. Oh, you're right, Kaiwan. It could easily be another baby switch. Good Lord. But yeah, what do we think Liz is gonna do? Like, is she gonna pretend to be pregnant with Finn's child? Will she pretend to be pregnant with Nicholas's child? Is she gonna try to pass Esme's baby when she has it as her own child? The possibilities are endless. I kind of hope that Elizabeth just mans up and tells the truth. That Esme is there and that they're hiding her. But yeah. What do you guys think? Listen. Liz and Esme seem like sisters. God. Of course, there's gonna be a baby switch between Esme and Willow. Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. Oh my Lord. Why do we always have two women pregnant at the same time? Why? Every time. Which of the babies is gonna die this time? What do y'all think? That didn't even dawn on me that Willow and Esme are pregnant at the same time. My God. Y'all shook me. I didn't even think of that possibility. Goodness. But yeah, what do you guys think? I would assume that one of these babies is gonna die. Are they really gonna kill off Willow's kid again? Guessing Willow's because of the cancer. They can't really get out of that. Well, I mean, she could have cancer and still deliver a healthy baby, as long as she doesn't die before the baby is born. But it wouldn't surprise me if they do the reversal, because Willow's already lost a baby unknowingly, thinking that someone else's baby was hers the whole time. So, like, it wouldn't surprise me if it's the reverse, that Esme loses the baby and somehow gets a hold of Willow's and passes it off as Nicholas's, so that she can continue manipulating Nicholas. And then Willow's gonna have to grieve for another child. And then she'll have the miracle eventually down the line to get her child back. You know? Like, that's okay. That's my prediction. If the story goes to a baby switch between Willow and Esme, I think it's likely gonna be that she's gonna think she lost a baby because Esme's gonna steal that damn child to use against Nicholas, because her baby won't survive. Because how can she take care of it properly? You know. And Esme is morbid enough to, you know, steal a baby. We know that she's that crazy. Look at her parents. Oh man. But yeah, the possibilities are endless, y'all. Nicholas doesn't want the baby. Michael can buy his baby and not tell Willow her baby died. But I mean, I don't know if Michael would put Willow through that. You know, as much as I hate Michael, I don't think he would do that to her. Let her fall in love with a child that he knows isn't hers. Esme knows how to sneak into places without getting caught. Exactly. Like, that's why I think that, like, They're gonna deliver their babies at the same time. She's gonna lose hers, and then she's gonna steal Willow's and pass it off as herself so that she can keep using a baby to manipulate Nicholas. That is my prediction. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna roll with that. Wait, who having an affair with Michael? I don't see Michael cheating on Willow either, though. I really don't. You know, Michael doesn't get girlfriends often, you guys. Like, they never work out with him. I think he's really gonna try for Willow this time. Apart from, like, Sasha, all of his other girlfriends died. And Star, I guess. But we don't talk about Star. Whatever. Time will tell, you guys. I don't know where the story's gonna go, but it can go 1,000 different ways. Michael has bad luck with women. Yeah. Him and Maxie. Him and Maxie have bad luck with their significant others every time. All the good ones die. Or they get like the evil ones. But yeah, I don't think Willow's gonna die though. Michael can't keep a woman on or off screen. Oh my god, Sandy. Child. Oh man. Oh yeah, I'm tired. It's been a long weekend. But yeah, I'm intrigued to watch GH this week. I look forward to seeing Heather's explanation when it comes to explaining why she hid the pregnancy from Ryan. I also want to know how he found out. And also, did Kevin find Ryan in the mountains? I really need to know the timeline of when Kevin found Ryan and put him into an institution, you know? Because I think Ryan Chamberlain was believed to be dead in 1995 or something like that, right? And so the mountains thing would have had to happen. Let's say Esme is 21 now, because I don't really remember. She was close to it, but let's say she is. Oh, good night, Kaiwan. Oh, you thought they were gonna have Felicia as Esme's mom? I know a lot of people thought that, and I'm like, there is no way. There's no way. It wouldn't work. Felicia was on screen most of that time. And the only time she wasn't was she was helping Frisco with stuff. So it wouldn't have worked. Mind you, people are saying the same about Cody and Max, so anything can happen on a soap, I guess. But I was never convinced that Felicia would possibly be Esme's mom. They wouldn't put Felicia through that. Have her daughter be a psycho. But yeah, that's kind of all she wrote, guys. I mean, I forgot to mention that Esme was trying to sell the story that she wants a Christmas tree in her room because she only had one good Christmas, and it was because the nanny don't know, was gonna get her a Christmas tree, and then she ended up cutting one down herself or something like that. Some cheesy story that was supposed to make Nicholas feel bad for her, and like think that she has some kind of soul. And Nicholas seemed to almost be thinking about it, which I'm like, boy, if you believe her, then you deserve what you get, honestly. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream here though, because we've been live for officially an hour now, hour and 15 really. But like, y'all know I give it 15 minutes for you guys to come on in before I start my show with the loading screen. But yeah, this Wednesday we're gonna react to more Christmas related GH content. It'll also be Jacarius' birthday, so maybe we'll get him to decide which one to watch. He's already gone for the night, but you know, if y'all are here on Wednesday, we can kind of surprise him with that. If she's going to get a Christmas tree, watch someone else is going to get hooked. Yeah, the timing is going to make her look guilty. But yeah, thanks so much for watching the live stream, guys. I appreciate it. Yes, thank you, Sandy. Yeah, if you guys like the live stream, give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would really appreciate it. Share the love if you want. You know, let people know about the live stream. Let's build our family a bit bigger. And I will catch you guys this Wednesday for another GHMV Reacts. See you later. Bye.